List of Fate/Stay Night characters. The Japanese adult visual novel Fate/Stay Night features a number of characters created by Type Moon, some of whom are classified as servants with special combat abilities. The characters listed have appeared mainly in two anime television series adaptations, Fate/Stay Night and Fate/Stay Night, Unlimited Blade works produced by Studio Deen and Ufotable respectively. A Fate/Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works animated film was released prior to its TV series. Other characters from the franchise can be found on their respective titles, such as with Fate/Zero, Fate/Apocrypha, Fate/Extra, Fate/Kaleid, Liner Prisma Illya, or Fate/Grand Order. Main characters: Shiru Emiya, voiced by Noriaki Sugiyama. Japanese, Sam Riegel. Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film. Bryce Papenbrook, UBW TV. Heavens Feel Film. Mona Marshall Young. Shiro in UBW TV. English. Shiru is a good-hearted and honest teenager who always enjoys helping others. However, Shiro is a deeply scarred human being orphaned after a fire destroyed part of his hometown when he was 7 and caused him to lose all memory of the first 7 years of his life. He was saved by Kiritsugu Emiya, who adopted him and named him Shiro, after discovering that the boy could not recall his real name. He has no interest in the Holy Grail and instead despises its use. However, he is determined to win the Holy Grail war with Saber, for he hopes his efforts will ensure that another disaster like the Fayuki Fire will never occur again. The main plot of Fate/Stay Night focuses on his ideal and the 3 different ways he approaches it. Saber, voiced by Ayako Kawasumi. Japanese, Kate Higgins. Fate/Stay Night, Michelle Ruff. UBW Film. Fate/Apocrypha, Kari Walgren. Zero, Abwa TV. Heavens Feel Film. English. Saber is both the heroine and servant protagonist of the Fate route. Saber is Shiro's servant for the 5th Holy Grail War. Saber acts coldly but is suppressing her emotions to focus on her goals. Saber is frustrated by Shiro's protective tendencies, believing his erratic and reckless behavior will jeopardize their chances of winning the Holy Grail or services as a heroic spirit. She asks to be allowed to relive her life, where someone more suitable and effective would lead Britain in her stead. Rint Osaka, voiced by Kanayuda. Japanese, Mela Lee. English. Rint Osaka is a high school girl who barely talks to other students in her school and exhibits a desire to be left alone, as exemplified by her tendency to stay on the school's rooftop away from the rest students. She is also secretly a mage and a master in the 5th Holy Grail War. Rin is reared as the successor to her family's magecraft, instructed by her father, Tokiomi Osaka, to prioritize sorcery over her own interests. When she was young, Rin was separated from her sister Sakura, who was given to the Matu family for adoption. After her father is killed in the 4th Holy Grail War, Rin perfects her sorcery with some guidance from her guardian, Kairi Katamine. Rin serves as the heroine of the Unlimited Blade Works route of Fate/Stay Night. Archer, Achiya Emiya, voiced by Junichi Suabe. Japanese, Liam O'Brien. Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film. Kaiji Ten. UBW TV. Heavens Feel Film. English. Archer is the partially amnesiac servant of Rint Osaka, and he serves as the servant protagonist of the Unlimited Blade Works route. He is sarcastic and cynical, considering Shiro's mentality of wanting to save everyone as naive and impossible. Archer's real identity is Shiru Emiya from one of the possible future worlds. He is the winner of the 5th Holy Grail War in his world. Later, Archer made a pact with the world to gain more power to pursue his goal of becoming the ally of justice further, indiscriminately killing all evil people regardless of their circumstances or what may result from their deaths. He was eventually framed for starting a war by an unknown group and was executed by the fearful public. Unlike the other servants, Archer is a counter-guardian, a being outside time and space to stop any event that would cause the extinction of humanity by killing all people involved. This life of endless killing drove Archer mad with grief, and he sought to end his eternal existence and return to nothingness. The jewel Archer owns is the actual catalyst used for his summoning rather than the one Rint still has at the time of his summoning. He has taken the basics of magic to their absolute maximum to combat ready, creating a small but reliable skill set for himself. Though projection is normally ineffective at creating durable or powerful artifacts, Archer's unique approach to this craft enables him to materialize enormously powerful and accurate copies of the images recorded in his mind. All of his projection abilities come from his reality marble, unlimited blade works, infinite creation of swords Wuzayan no Jian Jai Anrimitsudo Bureta Wakusu, Anrimito Bureta Wakusu, which manifests itself instead as a desert littered with swords with monolithic black gears rotating in the smog-filled the sky above. In the Fate route, he is defeated by Berserker while buying time for Rin Shiro and Saber to escape. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, he seeks to kill Shiro to prevent him from becoming like himself and ending his own existence as a counter-guardian. He is defeated by Shiro, but survives long enough to deliver the finishing blow to Gil Gamish and save Rin and Shinji from the Grail's birth canal. In the Heaven's Feel route, Archer is mortally wounded in an engagement against True Assassin, Saber Alter, and the Shadow. He survives long enough to have Kairi Katamine surgically graft his left arm onto Shiro, who lost his arm in that same battle. Sakura Matu, voiced by Noriko Shitaya Japanese, Sherry Lynn Fate / Stay Night, UBW Film Christina the UBW TV, Heaven's Feel Film English. Sakura is a first-year high school student and the sister of Shinji Matu. After Shiru's father, Kiritsugu, died, Sakura often visits Shiru's home to help him with his daily chores. Though Shinji is from a sorcerer family, he asserts that she does not know her family's craft or history. Sakura is outwardly shy and timid but possesses great inner strength. She has a long-standing and obvious crush on Shiru Emiya. Sakura plays a minor part in the Fate and Unlimited Blade Works routes, being nothing more than a dutiful Kuhai junior student who is always there to help Shiru in both routes. However, in the Heaven's Feel route, she serves as the story's lead heroine and vastly expands on her backstory. In the anime original storyline, Sakura is kidnapped by Castor as a sacrifice to summon the Holy Grail due to her possessing latent magic circuits. During the rescue attempt, she and Rin are confirmed to be sisters who were separated when they were very young. Ryder Reiga Medusa, voiced by Uesakawa Japanese, Karen Strassman Fate / Stay Night, UBW Film Melissa Fawn UBW TV, Heaven's Feel Film Series English. Ryder is Shinji's servant, first seen scouting around Shiro's school. Her true identity is Medusa, the Gorgon witch of legend who was remembered as one of its infamous monsters. Ryder is silent, sultry, and vigilant, never hesitating to shield her master from harm. She employs covert battle tactics and takes full advantage of her surroundings. With Shinji incapable of lending mana to her, she is forced to seek alternative means to augment her abilities, such as putting magical seals all over Fuyuki High School that, when activated, drain the life out of any living creature within. It is one of her noble phantasms Blood Fort Andromeda, Outer Ceiling Blood Temple Taji Fengyan Zion Zai Shendayan Buritsudo Huaton Doromda, Burida Photo and Doromda. Her weapon of choice is a pair of long iron nails fastened to opposite ends of a single chain, which she effectively thrusts from distances. Her primary offensive noble phantasm is Bellerophon, bridal of chivalry Kaibing no Shugang Biruri Huan, Birarefen, invoked while riding upon the winged horse Pegasus, and is summoned when she stabs her neck. It drives the Pegasus into a killing fury, turning the Pegasus charge into a wave of energy capable of causing mass destruction. She wears a blindfold, actually another noble phantasm. Breaker Gorgon's self-sealing dark temples Ijai Fenyin and Heishen, Dian Bureka Gorugan, which seals away her powerful mystic eyes, Cybele Kubere, the mystic eyes of petrification Shihua no Mo Yan, Sekeka no Magan, that are capable of power. However, in Fate/Hollow Ataraxia, the true end of Heaven's Feel, she is seen wearing glasses that supplant her blindfold as a seal for her eyes. Ryder is the initial antagonist, alongside Shinji, and is ultimately defeated by Saber. In the manga adaptation of Fate/Stay Night, Ryder survives to save her master. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, Ryder's role is much briefer as she only engages Shiro once before Caster's master later kills her. In Heaven's Feel, Sakura, the heroine of the route, is revealed to be the true master of Ryder, thus making Ryder the servant protagonist of Heaven's Feel. Ryder seeks to protect Sakura despite her murderous deeds due to sharing a kinship with her. After Shiro breaks his alliance with Rin to protect Sakura, Ryder effectively replaces his lost servant Saber as the guardian of the Emiya household. In the endgame, Shiro and Ryder defeat Saber Alter and allow Shiro to save Sakura. Ryder then carries an unconscious Sakura and a gravely injured Rin to safety while Shiro ensures the Holy Grail's destruction. While her ultimate fate in the normal end is not known, the true end depicts Ryder surviving the war and remaining in the world without the Grail due to Sakura's massive mana stores, living peacefully with Shiro and Sakura. Ryder is also revealed to have latent feelings for Shiro due to him being the first male to treat her with kindness. Ilyasville Ilya von Einsburn Ilyasville von Einsburn Iriasu Huaru Huan Subaran Iriasu Faru von Subaran voiced by Makoto Eki Japanese, Stephanie Shea English, a young Teutonic aristocrat who travels to Japan to participate in the Fifth Holy Grail War as the master of Berserker. She lives in a castle on the outskirts of Fayuki City, accompanied only by her servant and her two maids Lacerit and Sella. In the prequel Fate/Zero, it is established that Ilya is the daughter of Kiritsugu Emiya and Irisville von Einsburn. Ilya was then raised to believe her father abandoned her, not knowing that he actually wanted to save her from the Grail's fate. Ilya's desire to learn more about the person Kiritsugu raised in his final years instead of her prompts Ilya to observe Shiro in some cases or try to take him like possession in others. However, she starts warming up after getting to know him when he treats her kindly despite her prior attempts to kill him. She is a homunculus like her mother, created to serve as the vessel of the Holy Grail. When wearing the dress of heaven and empowered by the deaths of at least 6 servants, she is capable of performing a limited version of the third magic, Heaven's Feel Tian no Bei Hebenzu Huaru, Hebenzu Furu, one of the 5 types of true magic Mofa, Maha, which can accomplish impossibilities beyond modern science or sorcery. In the Fate route, she serves as the antagonist for the second part of the arc with her servant Berserker as she takes Shiro hostage, torn between wanting to take revenge on him in place of Kiritsugu for her years alone or trying to convince him into being a willing possession of hers to care for. Working together, Saber and Shiro managed to defeat Berserker. When Shiro takes her in after this, she is finally convinced that his concern for her is genuine, and she lives peacefully with Shiro after her servant is defeated. However, none of them know that Ilya will soon die, her homunculus nature having been designed to survive only up to 1 year after the Fifth Holy Grail War's conclusion. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, she is a minor antagonist. She anticipates meeting with Rin and Shiro as they seek an alliance against Castor when the servant captures Saber. Still, Ilya's own desire to toy with them and stall their approach for her amusement backfires as it leaves her with only Berserker to defend her when Gil Gamish comes after her. After a brutal battle in which Gil Gamish defeats her servant, Illya ultimately dies weeping over the dying body of Berserker. Illya has a greatly expanded role in the Heavens Feel, and she takes a much more active sisterly role for Shiro early on. She eventually sacrifices herself to save Shiro and close the Great Holy Grail in the true end. Kairi Katamine. Kairi Katamine Yanfeng Kai Lai. Katamine Kairi 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 Kairi. Voiced by Jouji Nakata Japanese, Taylor Henry Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film Crispin Freeman 0, Abwa TV, Heavens Feel Film English, Heavens Feel Film English. A priest who acts as the supposedly impartial overseer of the Holy Grail War under an agreement between the Mages Association and the Holy Church. He served under the previous Holy Grail War's moderator, his father Reiga Katamine, before taking over the position. Due to his experience as an elite assassin for the church, Kairi is an expert practitioner in Chinese martial arts whose expertise is magnified by his monstrous physical strength and numerous command seals. Despite possessing a strong moral compass, Kairi discovered early in his youth that he could only experience joy through others' suffering. Originally the master of the assassin of the Fourth Holy Grail War, Kairi secretly murdered his mentor, Rint Osaka, to obtain Gil Gamish while becoming an indirect caretaker for Rin. It is also revealed in the prequel Fate/Zero that he is responsible for the fire that killed Shiro's biological parents, having wished for it with his dying breath after being shot by Kiritsugu Emiya. After his revival, he organizes the Fifth Holy Grail War to supply the Grail's curse with enough energy to be unleashed on humanity. In Fate, after kidnapping Illya to use her as a vessel for the Grail's cursed contents, he partakes in a climactic battle with Shiro, who ultimately kills him by destroying his heart with the Ezoth's sword. In Unlimited Blade Works, he tries to use Rin as the vessel for the Grail's cursed contents after Gil Gamish killed Illya and stole her heart prior but is killed by Lancer before the climax. In the final rout, Heavens Feel, he serves as both a protagonist and one of the story's primary antagonists by prolonging Sakuramato's life while simultaneously facilitating her growth as the Black Grail. He plays a crucial role in ensuring her corruption by Angra Mainyu. However, his plans are foiled when Shiro and Rin manage to convince her she is truly loved, thereby giving her the resolve to break free of the entity's hold. As the fully developed Angra Mainyu prepares to enter the world, a mortally wounded Kairi surfaces to prevent Shiru from getting in its way. Subsequently, the two engage in a brutal fight to the death. Accepting defeat, he dies standing upon declaring Shiro the winner of the Fifth Holy Grail War. Gil Gamish, 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 Gil Gamish Jurugamitsushiyu, Jurugameshu. Voiced by Kamikaze Seki Japanese, Grant George Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film David Vincent 0, Abwa TV, Heavens Feel Film Series English. Gil Gamish was originally an archer in the Fourth Holy Grail War in the service of Rint Osaka before arranging his death by his new partner Katamine during the end game. In the aftermath of the Fayuki Fire, Gil Gamish gains a physical form through the Holy Grail and contact with Angra Mainyu and spends the next 10 years hiding and feeding off the energy of half-dead orphans. Resurfacing during the Fifth Holy Grail War, Gil Gamish is shown to have an overt but unrequited lust for Saber and desires her for as long as she denies him. He is unique in that he possesses a very large number of noble phantasms, but only 3 are unique to him. The first is Gate of Babylon, King's Treasure Wang no Kai Bao Getu Bubabiran, Gito Abu Babiran, a key-shaped sword, that opens a portal to a mystical vault containing the noble phantasms. The second is Enkidu, Chains of Heaven Tan no Su. He easily defeats Castor when he makes himself known to Shiru Emiya and the others in the fate route of the visual novel. Gil Gamish serves as a primary antagonist in the first two routes while playing only a minor role in the third. In Fate, he is killed at the grounds of the Yudo Temple by Saber. In Unlimited Blade Works, he plans to create a second Uruk using Angra Mainyu to purge most of the world's human population. His arrogance leads him to be defeated by Shiro, after which he is dragged into the dying Holy Grail just as Shiro is about to deal a fatal blow. He is then killed by a dagger fired by Archer as he is attempting to use Shiro to drag himself out of the Holy Grail, falling back into it and being dissolved. In Heaven's Feel, Sakura defeated and consumed Gil Gamish after a brief fight. Supporting characters. Humans. Kiritsugu Emiya Weigonkai C. Emiya Kiritsugu. Voiced by Rikia Koyama Japanese, Kirk Thornton Fate/Stay Night, Matthew Mercer 0, UBW TV English. Shiro's adoptive father, a magus who was Saber's master during the Fourth Holy Grail War, the events of which are covered in Fate/0. During his lifetime, Kiritsugu strives to be a hero of justice, intending to use the Holy Grail to wish for world peace. However, at the conclusion of the Fourth Holy Grail War, after realizing that the Holy Grail was corrupted and cursed, and that the wish it grants only causes destruction, he strives to destroy the Holy Grail. He got his servant Saber to destroy the Grail, but unwittingly triggers the Grail to burst energy that causes a huge fire and destroys Shinto, a region of Fuyuki City where the Grail was summoned. Kiritsugu becomes disillusioned when he caused the Fuyuki fire with the Holy Grail's power. Finding Shiro, Kiritsugu adopted him and spent his remaining years raising the child as his son before his body fails him as a result of a curse afflicted by Angra Mainyu. Tega Fujimira Tenkandahi, Fujimira Tega. Voiced by Miki Itu Japanese, Julie and Taylor English. She is an English teacher at Shiro's school, homeroom instructor of Shiro's class and the supervising teacher for the archery dojo. She is widely called Tiger Tega. Tega, a nickname she dislikes, but Shiro calls her Fuji, the older sister Fuji. After Kiritsugu passes away, Tega becomes Shiro's guardian and has been living with him for several years. Tega and Shiro are very close, and she regards him as a younger brother. She is also a skilled swordswoman, wielding a shinai known as the Torah shinai that was jokingly said to have absorbed so much bloodlust that it has become a high-level cursed object. She has a grandfather named Reiga. Issei Yudo Liu Dong Yi Cheng. Yudo Issei Do Issei Do Issei. Voiced by Mitsuaki Madono Japanese, Lex Lang Fate/Stay Night, Robbie Damon UBW TV English. Issei is the student body president of Shiro's school and another close friend of Shiro. Issei often asks Shiro to fix broken equipment for the student body to save money on school expenses. Issei and Shiro often have lunch together in the student body office where they talk about whatever comes to mind. His father is the head priest of Yudo Temple, and his brother was a classmate of Tega and Nico-san. Shinji Matu Giant Tong Shinner Mato Shinjiju Shinjish. Voiced by Hiroshi Kamiya Japanese, Duggar Holtz Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film, Kyle McCarley UBW TV English. Sakura Matu's older brother and a longtime friend of Shiru until Shiru discovered Shinji beating Sakura, at which point Shiru beat Shinji within an inch of his life. Shinji is very popular as vice captain of the archery dojo despite being chauvinistic and a narcissist. Like Rint Osaka, he is of a distinguished lineage of Japanese sorcerers, though his family is originally from Russia, though the Matu blood has thinned and no longer produces heirs naturally capable of sorcery. Shinji feels uncomfortable with his sister's daily visits to Shiru's home. He has an open crush on Rin, but she does not return his feelings. He participates in the Fifth Holy Grail War as a master, with Ryder as his servant, although he does not have mage abilities. He is beaten and humiliated by Shiru, who almost crushes Shinji's throat for using the school as a power source. He has a command seal created by his younger sister, who is Ryder's true master. In the Fate route, after Ryder loses to Saber, his book burns up. He flees but is killed by Berserker. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, he is implanted with the heart of Illya, the seed of the Holy Grail, by Gil Gamish, but is later rescued by Rint Osaka and ultimately survives. In the Heaven's Feel route, he is ousted as a false master as Ryder returns to her true master, Sakura. It is revealed that he had been raping Sakura for many years. In a fit of fright, Sakura murders Shinji. Soakairo Kyuzuki Jimu Zong Yi Lang, Kyuzuki Soakairo, voiced by Kazuhiro Nakata Japanese, Patrick Sates Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film, Lex Lang UBW TV English. Kyuzuki is an instructor in Rin's class. Kyuzuki is well respected among staff and students. He is actually a highly trained assassin who has no qualms about letting his servant Castor, whom he is in love with, do whatever she wants, even if the actions are considered evil. He has been staying at Issei Ryaudu's place for 3 years and is regarded by Issei as a brother. In the anime and the Unlimited Blade Works route of the visual novel, he has Castor enhance the power of his fists. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, in which he is revealed as Castor's master, whom she made a contract with after killing her original master known in the anime as Atram Galeast. After his servant is killed by Archer's hail of swords, he is defeated in melee by Archer. In the Heaven's Feel route, Kyuzuki is never seen but is described as having been killed by unknown means during the Shadow's attack on the temple, with Saber and Shiro arriving soon after to find Castor standing over his dead body in shock. Castor is shown as having gone mad with grief over his death, and denoting that she might as well have killed him with her own hands if this outcome was the end result of him being her master, ultimately being killed by Saber in the ensuing fight. The Fate anime adaptation depicts him dying at Gil Gamish's hands. Zoken Mato Jian Tong Zhang Yan, Mato Zoken, voiced by Masain Tsukeyama Japanese, Michael Donovan English, of an English, of an English, of an English, of an English, Englishish, of an English, of an English, of an English, Englishish. English, of an English, of an English, of an English, an Englishish, Englishish, an English, of an Englishish, Englishish, of an Englishish, an Englishish, an Englishish. Zoken is a powerful, ancient magus and the patriarch of the Mato family. Despite being centuries old, Shinji and Sakura refer to him as their grandfather. Hailing from Russia, his original name is Makuri Zoljan. He is ultimately revealed to be one of the original 3 magi who created the Holy Grail system, as well as the designer of the command seals. During the course of his long lifetime, Soken has amassed an enormous wealth of knowledge and experience in magecraft. However, his training is indistinguishable from physical and psychological torture, a fact only exacerbated by Zoken's sadism. He has kept himself alive through the use of crest worms and can only be killed if the worm he planted in Sakura's heart is destroyed. He only appears in the Heaven's Feel route, but is the main antagonist of the route and also has an expanded role in the prequel, Fate/Zero. He originally controls Dark Sakura, but she eventually turns on him and destroys his body, reducing him to a single worm. After seeing Illya in her dress of heaven and remembering why he fought to survive for so long, he is able to stop clinging to life and die in peace. Servants. Lancer Ransaku Chulain Q Huron, Ufurin. Voiced by Nobutoshi Kana Japanese, Tony Oliver English, the first hostile servant to appear in the story. His true identity is Cuchulainn, the child of light from Ireland and one of its most famed heroes. He has a playful attitude and takes a very carefree approach to life. His noble phantasm is Gibalg, Spear of Impaling Barbed Death Sai Shichuan Su Si Jai no King Jaiburuku. When activated, it reverses the laws of cause and effect, meaning that the fact that the next strike will hit the opponent's heart becomes a foregone conclusion, even before the spear is thrust. This causes its next strike to become completely unavoidable and fatal, ignoring all magical and physical protection, bending at impossible angles and around obstacles. The only way to survive this technique is to be blessed with a large degree of luck in order to have the spear strike a region other than the heart, as avoiding the blow is impossible. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, he also uses Gi Bulb, Spear of Striking Death Flight, Tu Kai Chuen Su Si Ziang no King Jaiburuku, which maximizes Gi Bulb's true capabilities as a thrown weapon. In the Fate route, his death is not seen. His death is portrayed in Studio Deen's anime adaptation of the Fate route as being the result of Gil Gamish. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, he offers to temporarily become allies with Shiro, and Rin after Caster steals Saber and Archer betrays Rin to join her, becoming the pair's subsidiary servant. Lancer discovers Kairi's hand in the mess when the priest explains he'd manipulated the events to his advantage, intending to use Rin as the vessel for the Holy Grail. He then collapses from a fatal wound after being ordered to commit suicide via command spell, but not before killing Kairi and stabbing Shinji Mato. He then sets fire to the Einsburn castle with magic before fading away. In the Heaven's Feel route, Lancer dies early on, being killed by True Assassin. Berserker Basaka Heracles Harakurasu, voiced by Tadahisa Says in Japanese, Michael McConaughey English. The servant of Illya, who appears as a giant with adamantine skin and gross brawn. His true identity is Heracles, a legendary hero and demigod of Greece and the son of the ruler of the gods, Zeus. He wields a colossal axe sword and is capable of causing massive destruction with the mere backlash of his swings. Berserkers are praised as members of the strongest class, though they are difficult to control and can turn on their masters. Berserker's main noble phantasm is God Hand, 12 labors Shir no Shilayan Gotsudo Hando, Godo Hando, which grants automatic resurrection, up to 11 resurrections, meaning Berserker needs to be killed 12 times to be eliminated, one for each of Hercules' 12 labors. Berserker also possess a noble phantasm called 9 Lives, the shooting 100 heads Shishasu, by 2 Nain-Rebuzu, which is the legendary bow and arrow set used by Hercules to slay the 9-headed Hydra. Shiro uses it in the Heaven's Feel route, projecting Berserker's own axe, Sword Against Dark Berserker, to remove all his remaining lives in one go in a modified technique known as 9 Lives Blade Works, the shooting 100 heads Shishishasu, by 2 Nain-Rebuzu Buredo Wakusu. In the anime and the Fate route of the visual novel, Shiro and Saber perform a joint special attack with a traced caliburn, Saber's lost noble phantasm, and kill him. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, Gil Gamish binds the servant down with his divine chains and pelts him with weapons. In the Heaven's Feel route, Berserker is defeated by Saber, alter the corrupted form of Saber, and is then consumed by Angra Mainyu and reborn as the decrepit Dark Berserker. He is later killed by Shiru Emiya. Assassin, voiced by Shinichiro Miki Japanese, David Vincent Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film Todd Haberkorn UBW TV English, The English. A solitary servant, clothed in a traditional Japanese hakama and kimono with an indigo haori. He carries an adachi as his main weapon. He initially claims to be Sasaki Kijiro's Yuomuzayo Sai-Lang, but in reality he is a nameless samurai who forged his past and is a master swordsman only in people's memories. He was summoned by Castor as a guardian and watchman for the front gate of the Yudo temple. As an improper servant, Assassin is entirely dependent on Castor for mana and cannot move freely beyond the grounds of Yudo temple. Because of his limited status, Assassin only seeks to enjoy a decent sword fight. His special move is the turning swallow strike my Jian Yan Fanshi, Tsubain Gishi, an unblockable attack that hits from 3 directions simultaneously, reaching into parallel dimensions. It is a sword skill of the highest degree that requires no mana other than that needed for assassin to move, and as such is incredibly efficient. It is a sure kill move, although in a different sense from Gi Balg. In Fate/Hollow Ataraxia, he is described as having been killed by Gil Gamish. 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 In the Unlimited Blade Works route, he faces Saber once after letting Shiro and Archer pass in order to let them cause inconvenience for Caster, later letting Saber leave with her master after Shiro is wounded by Archer as a sign of respect for her abilities and desire to defend her comrade. He is defeated by Saber on the last night of the Holy Grail War. In the Heaven's Feel route, Assassin's Flesh serves as Zokimato's catalyst for summoning True Assassin, with the latter bursting out from within his flesh, 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 his flesh. Caster Kiyasuta, Kiyasuta Media, voiced by Atsuko Tanaka Japanese. Tara Platt Fate/Stay Night, UBW Film Megan Halshead UBW TV English. She is an honored guest of the Yudo family, permitted to live at their temple until the preparations for her marriage have been finalized. Her true identity is Medea, the disgraced princess of Colchis, who was branded a witch as a result of actions outside her control. Unlike other servants, she does not wield a weapon for physical combat, but her rank allows her to manipulate mana and perform magic like a wizard, something which other servants cannot do. Her magical ability far surpasses modern magi, due to her technique, high-speed divine words Geitsu Shenyan. This allows her to cast spells which would normally take minutes to cast by uttering a single word. Because of her magus ability, she has a dual role as a servant to Kyuzuki and a master of assassin. Her noble phantasm is Rule Breaker, destroyer of all talismans Pojai Sabeki Quantino Fu Rurubureka, an otherwise weak dagger which dispels all forms of magic that it comes in contact with. Its greatest use is in severing the bond between master and servant. She also possesses a noble phantasm called Argon Coin, the Golden Fleece Jin Yang no Pai Arugan Coin, a coat of golden fleece which is capable of summoning the original Colchis dragon that guarded it after it is thrown upon the ground. In the Fifth Holy Grail War, shortly after her summoning, she kills her original master Atram Galeast within a few days, and is later taken in by her current master Soakairo Kyuzuki at the Vyudo Temple. Caster quickly fell in love with Soakairo, for he was the first man to show her genuine kindness, dedication, and loyalty. Her primary objective shifted from obtaining the Holy Grail for herself to simply preserving their short time together. To that end, she takes the souls of other beings to sustain herself and strengthen her defensive power, as Kyuzuki is incapable of providing her with mana. In the anime original storyline, she kidnaps Sakura by possessing her body and stabbing Saber with Rule Breaker, but because of Saber's ranked magic resistance, she was only able to take away Saber's ability to use her noble phantasm. She then tries to sacrifice Sakura, who has latent magus abilities, to summon the Holy Grail directly. She is then defeated by Gil Gamish's Gate of Babylon in her underground city. In the Fate route, she is defeated by Gil Gamish's Gate of Babylon while attempting to attack the Emiya household. In the Unlimited Blade Works route, she is the primary antagonist of the first third of the route. She personally stabs Saber with Rule Breaker, turning her into her servant for a short time, but is later betrayed and defeated by Archer, who showers her with a barrage of noble phantasms from unlimited blade works. In the Heavens Feel route, she is killed by Saber early on after losing Assassin and Kyuzuki in an attack by the Shadow, but Soken Matu uses one of his worm familiars to maintain her body as a puppet for a brief period of time before it is slain by Saber. True Assassin Gen Assassin, Shin Assassin Hassan, I Saba Hassan Satsubaha, Hassan Sabaha Hahind, Sabaha Ha, Sabaha Hahasin, Sabaha Ha, Sabaha Hassan Sabaha, Sin Sabaha, Fin Sabaha Ha, Sabaha Ha. Voiced by Tetsu Inade Japanese, Patrick Sates English. True Assassin is a servant due to his ability to attack outside battle. True Assassin's identity is that of the legendary Persian Old Man of the Mountain, Hassan I Saba, the leader of Al-Assassin, but he later states that the name Hassan was passed down along with the leadership of the sect through many generations, and that he himself was not the original Old Man of the Mountain, nor was he likely the last. His noble phantasm is Zabaniya, delusional heartbeat, Wang Xing Xinyin Zabaniya. He is the servant of Zoken Mato, and only appears in the Heavens Feel route, bursting out from within Assassin's flesh when Zoken uses the dying servant's body as the catalyst to summon him. It is devoured by the Shadow and corrupted into Saber Altar. He attempts to kill Shiro immediately after, but is defeated by Ryder, who comes to Shiro's defense at the behest of her true master, revealed later to be Sakura Mato. He later is destroyed by Sakura's shadow when Sakura turns on Zoken as revenge for his years of tormenting her. Minor characters: Lacerit Rizritsuto, Rizrito, and Celisira, Sirur, 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 Sirur. Voiced by Miho Miyagawa Lacerit and Haruhi Nano Sella Japanese, Brianna Knickerbocker Lacerit and Rachel McCabe Sella UBW-TV English, The English. These two women are Ilya's maids, but they act as her caretakers and instruct her in the secrets of sorcery. Like Ilya, they both have silky white hair and deep crimson eyes. Sella is rather fickle and insecure, especially regarding her body, and is very suspicious of Shiru Emiya. In contrast, Lacerit is far more casual and carries some affection for Shiro because his presence makes Ilya happy. Lacerit is skilled in combat, particularly with halberds, and she is able to sacrifice her life to manifest the Dress of Heaven, an artifact of the Einsburn family capable of limited applications of true magic Maho miracles that can accomplish impossibilities beyond modern science or sorcery. Ayako Mitsuhiri Meijui Lingzai, Mitsuhiri Ayako. Voiced by Fumi Mizusawa Japanese, Minx Lee Fate/Stay Night, Brina Palesia UBW-TV English. A stellar athlete and captain of the archery dojo. Ayako and Rin are actively competing to see who will be the first to snag a boyfriend. She is close friends with Shiro, despite her outgoing and extroverted attitude making him uncomfortable, and wishes to see Shiro smile, something she has never seen him do. She is victimized by Ryder or Castor early in the story and later found unconscious in an alleyway. In the anime, Ayako is seen with Shinji after her disappearance, although Shinji denies it when asked by Shiro. Ayako often asks Shiro to come to the archery dojo and watch them practice. After she is attacked, Ayako is said to be recovering in hospital, but is not seen again. Yukaka Sigusa Sanjai Ujai Xiang, Sigusa Yukaka. Voiced by Irineka Japanese, Jessica Daisuko English. Yukaka is the gentle manager of the track team, warmly loved by the majority of her class. She is one of the few people able to see Assassin at the Yudo Temple Gate and strikes up a conversation with him in Fate/Hollow at Heracles. Keed Makaidara Shisi Feng, Makaidara Keed. Voiced by Mikairu Yumoto Japanese, Erika Lindbeck English, Beck English, Beck English, English, Beck 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 English. Heed is a beautiful but loud and obnoxious sprinter known as the Panther of Hamura. A friend of Rint Osaka, the two often go window shopping together. Her hobby is collecting wind chimes. Kane Himuro Bing Shizhong, Himuro Kane, voiced by Ri Nakagawa Japanese, Dorothy Ilias Fawn English, Folias Fawn English. Kane is one of Yukaka and Keed's friends, and a high jumper, and is also the protagonist of Fate/School Life. She is considerate and intelligent. She has feelings for Shiro. Her father is the mayor of Fayuki City. Her hobby is painting. Otoko Hataruzyuka Yingzhong Yinzai, Hataruzyuka Otoko Wo. Otoko is Shiro's employer and owner of a liquor store, the Copenhagen Bar. She dislikes her given name, Otoko, phonically identical to the Japanese word for male, preferring to be called Nico. She feels attached to Shiro and always addresses him by a pet name. Nico considers Tega to be a bad influence on her hardworking employee. Reiga Fujimira Tenkan Lei Hua Fujimura Reiga. Better known as the grandfather of Tega, Reiga is the Oibunzu Chang family, head of a Yakuza group operating in Fayuki City. He was an old friend of Kiritsugu Emiya, and as a favor manages Kiritsugu's estate after his death in place of Shiro. He is also Shiro's de facto guardian, due to Tega's general incompetence, and often takes Shiro hunting or to sumo matches, paying him for his time. Kishua Zelrech Schweinorg Kishua Zerurtsa Kishubainagu Kishua Zerurechi Shubainagu. Zelrech is one of 5 living sorcerers capable of true magic. Zelrech's particular miracle is known as the kaleidoscope, which gives him dominion over alternate possibilities. Originally introduced in Tsukuheim, he makes a cameo appearance in the Heavens Feel scenario of Fate/Stay Night as Rin's Magus teacher. Luviagelite Edelfelt Ruvuazuritsu Titaru Hiruto, Ruviazurite Edaru Furuto. Voiced by Shizuka Ito Japanese, Lauren Land at English, a descendant of the Edelfelt family, who participated in the Third Holy Grail War with twin masters, believing it would be advantageous for them to have 2 servants as well as due to their crest being split in half, though the family has not participated since. Luvia is an outstanding but arrogant student at the Maids Association and frequently gets into fights with other students, including Rint Osaka, her cousin. She is notably famous in the non-magical world due to her job as a professional wrestler, where she is known as the Forklift Lady due to her immense strength. Her powers are similar to Rin's. Luvia's first proper appearance is in Fate/Hollow Ataraxia, where she is Shiro's partner and admirer, working with him to investigate mysterious magical incidents on behalf of the Mage Association. She was later seen in the final episode of the anime series adaptation of Unlimited Blade Works, once again as a fellow student to Rin and Shiro, with her affections for the latter and rivalry with the former intact. Justice Lizrich von Einsborn Yusutetsu Arizure Huan Ein Subaran, Yusutitsu Rizure von Ein Subaran. Known as the Saint of Winter, Justice was a homunculus whose family desired the Holy Grail long before the Holy Grail Wars began. When their attempts continued to fail, the Einsborn reluctantly accepted the aid of the Tosaka and Makuri families, and under the guidance of Zelrech, they formed the Holy Grail Wars. Justice agreed to form the core of the Holy Grail. As such, her descendants Ilyasvil von Einsborn and her mother, Irisvil, each contain within them parts of Justice's memories and personality as well as a genetic resemblance to her. She also indirectly assists her adoptive descendant Shiro, as it is through her memories that he is able to create a copy of the jeweled sword Zelrech near the climax of Heaven's Feel. She is also the cause of Zoken's actions in Heaven's Feel, as Zoken back when he was still Zul'jin had decided to use the Grail to create world peace as a tribute to his lost lover, but eventually forgot due to his ever-advancing age and creeping insanity. Atram Galiaste Ataramu Gariasuta, Ataramu Gariasuta. Voiced by Jun Fukushima Japanese, Robbie Damon English and English and English and English and English. The former master of caster who was originally mentioned in the visual novel, until his actual appearance in the second anime adaptation of Unlimited Blade Works, in which his role was explained. Atram initially summoned Castor with the intent of taking advantage of her ability to summon the original Dragon of Colchise. However, once Castor stated that while she indeed had the knowledge to summon said dragon but not on how to control it, Atram dismisses Castor as useless. Bidiviru. Voiced by Mamiko Noto Fate/Stay Night Anime, Shin Ikuro Miki PS2 port, Mitsuaki Madono PS Vita port, Mamoru Miyano Garden of Evelyn CD drama, Fate/Grand Order Japanese, Megan Halshead English, one of the Knights of the Round Table. Bidiver is Altria's caretaker and one of the stewards of the royal. Only appearing in the final scenes in the Fate route, he came to serve the young king out of admiration of her, entrusting his sword to her and working to become her personal guard. As the years passed up to her passing in the Battle of Camlan, he tends to her in her final moments in her life. He was happy that he finally saw his wish for her, a peaceful sleep that she had never been able to obtain. Happy the fact he thanked someone in another time on giving her peace. He watches over her and asks her if she's watching the continuation of her dream. Bidiver played a major role in the 6th chapter of Fate/Grand Order as a summonable servant in both game and the upcoming movie adaptation. Reception. The visual novel noted that such use of the heroes of the legends of antiquity can also encourage acquaintance with their original sources. Note Tsunehiro from Kyoto University compared Shiru's traumatic background in regards the city's fire to survivors from the September 11 attacks, while also showing different ways the Japanese society used to take Kei. As a result, Tsunehiro views Shiru's change in each route as a way to recover from the trauma, grow up and become an independent person. A large number of sudden deaths, coupled with a sharp effect of losing control over the situation, according to the authors of the monograph, gave the gameplay an additional emotional coloring and motivated players to continue playing the game, aided by well-developed plot twists. In his analysis of the magical system and details of the personalities of the characters, Makoto Kuroda sees in the idea of Shiru to become a champion of justice a direct analogy with the traditional view of the life of bodhisattvas in Mahayana Buddhism, seeking to save other people at the cost of their own efforts and suffering. In Kuroda's view, Buddhist concepts are opposed to the elements of Christian ethics contained in the plot through the opposition of Shiru and Kairi Katamine in the form of the main character's rejection of the interpretation of Angra Mainyu as a Kree. The images of Rin, Saber, and Sakura received conflicting ratings. Thus, many reviewers recognized that the psychologically deepest arc is Heaven's Feel, which is largely due to the sharp and versatile disclosure of the image of Sakura Matu, and her romantic line with Shiru is the most adult among all the heroines. Some reviewers commented on Shiru's relationship with Saber and on his growth in Studio Deen's anime that improves their personalities and adds romance to their relationship as the plot progresses. Kiritsugu's relationship with Kairi was the subject of praise. The Fandom Post and Blu-ray enjoyed Shiru's characterization in the film, in which his ideals contrast with those of Archer and Kiritsugu, making him notably mature in the story. References